everybody? It's your boy Not There. We back with another interview. Today we got Zay Money. He's a rapper, an artist, a father, and you're a pharmacist. You
Everything else.
Get that bag. Anything in between. You feel me? So, you want to tell them a little bit about yourself?
Well, you heard. He already said the most. You heard. My name's Zay Money. You feel me? Founder of Trendy, aka the Farmer, aka Mr. Get It Done, aka 16 in the booth killer, no ad-lib killer, bringing that real rap back though. Check me out.
You said what? Where you from?
Well, I'm from North, from High Court.
You don't gotta talk to the camera.
Oh, I
Talk to me.
But nah, I'm from High Court Projects, New Jersey, the motherland of the East Coast. You know.
Born and raised New Jersey.
Born and raised. 18 years down High Court, rest on the South Ward.
So High Court, like, is that where you like music really became a passion for you, or is it like that's just the experience you had there is what kind of pushed you towards the music?
I mean, honestly, you could say that. I mean, that's where I'm from. So all the struggle, everything that we went through on a daily basis, that gave me the motivation to do what I do now. Especially the confidence, because people don't know the biggest thing about doing music is having the confidence to be yourself in front of the whole world. A lot of people don't have that confidence.
Is there any like life experience that you really feel like had a big influence on your music, or it was just like it's a bunch of shit?
Yeah, it's really a bunch of shit. I think I found out when I like probably 6th, 7th grade when I found out I really had it. You know, everybody used to freestyle at lunchtime.
Yeah, everybody
like,
rapping.
Everybody came up like that, but it got to a point where I would go home and I would start writing. I had a little Giants notepad and I filled out every single page of that shit when I was younger, like 6th, 7th grade. But back then I ain't had the confidence to show everybody like how I do now.
Yeah.
So it'd just be sitting up. So matter of fact, let me tell you a story. I think this is when I really gained my confidence. We went to New York, like 8th grade. It's me, Fame, Los, you know, the regular, the regular little Hawkins High Court group.
Trendy niggas.
Yeah, so we went to New York, and there was somebody out there freestyling. You know, everybody be freestyling and shit. So the dude, they asked me to rap, and I ain't want to rap. The guy started rapping, he dissed me.
I gotta say something now.
So it looked like he dissed me and shit, and I ain't have nothing in the cut to come back with, you feel me? I tried to freestyle, but back then I wasn't that strong as I am now.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what pushed me to be a better freestyler too. And to just keep writing, have stuff in the cut, like for any situation, because I really didn't expect that shit. Like,
can't have niggas come at me.
And he was saying some crazy shit, bro. Like, niggas say he had straps the size of Shaq and Yao Ming feet, bro. Like, that was one of the hardest shits I heard, bro.
You said 7th grade, you still remember that shit?
Bro, it's gonna stick me for the rest of my life. And if I ever see that nigga again, like, he better know it's on. Like,
I'm gonna flame that nigga.
Real rap.
Since I've known you, I'm dead. Like I've known this kid for like 8 years or some shit. It's been a minute. Since I've known you, you've been rapping. You feel me? You've been trying to like get your whole brand and shit together. So what's your motivation for like your work ethic?
I think my biggest motivation is reality. Like, I wake up every day to real life shit. The shit I talk about in my music that I see go on, the shit that I've done in my life, like, it's all real. So when I wake up and I deal with it every day, like, seeing my biggest motivation is my daughter, honestly. My daughter, my parents, like, you know, we ain't never have nobody make it out the hood. I don't know nobody that made it out the hood. That's my biggest motivation. I want to be that one to show everybody we don't have to hit the streets. You know, there's other ways to go about it. Whether you want to stick to school, music, but there's other ways to go about it to get up out the struggle. So,
you got any tips for upcoming artists that just basically about things that may seem hard, like looking into it, but it's ways to get around certain shit. So like, if you got any tips for people like trying to do what you're doing?
I think my biggest tip for anybody is, like, if you're not good at music, don't do it. You know, a lot of people will do music just because, like, it's the hot thing right now, it's the trend right now, you know? And I actually made that a trend for a lot of people, so it's kind of my fault, like, especially like when I came up in school, a lot of people started doing music after me, and it really wasn't their strong suit. Me, I'm a hype everybody up, I'm a gas you. You know, you can do whatever you want, but if you don't got it, you don't got it. So that's the biggest thing to know about this. And then 2, whatever you want to do, like, as far as shows, as far as like any of that, it all starts from behind the scenes. So you wanna put in the most work, writing. You wanna write as much as you could, because I've threw out more papers than I've recorded. Like, I write a lot of stuff behind the scenes that nobody actually get to hear before it actually hits the mic. So I think preparation, dedication, and be true to yourself. That's the best thing I could tell you for anybody coming up.
So, how do you deal with people in your circle or people that you feel like are close to that aren't as supportive as you would want them to be type shit?
One good thing about myself, I never actually cared about support ever in my life. Like, never. I never cared about who was reposting my stuff, who, feel me, liked my video or whatever. I've kind of been like in competition with myself my whole life. So I think me doing that, focusing on myself, it brung a lot of supporters. It brung a real support, because I didn't ask for any support, you know. Like, I don't focus on that type of stuff.
I feel you. So even like,
because fake love is gonna be, if you telling somebody to share it, like, and they actually don't fuck with it,
yeah,
it don't make a difference if they share it or not. Because if they actually liked it, they would share it right off the rip. You know, and just because they don't like it don't mean they're a bad person. Like, I could be your friend and not like your music. I don't have to, you know, I can support you in life, but I don't have to support you in music.
Nah, I feel you. So a couple years ago, you went to Cali. You was working on a farm.
Yeah, I was there from 2017 to probably the end of 2017, the beginning to the end of it.
Was that more like a spiritual, like, get my head right thing, or was it more like I gotta work on another thing?
That shit was everything. Like, as far as like, the one thing I got out there that I couldn't buy out here, that you can't buy out in Newark or in the city, is peace of mind. So being on that farm, being like away from everything,
sirens and shit.
Yeah, that's actually where I wrote the trilogy. I wrote the whole project out there. So when I came back,
my next question.
Yeah, when I came back, everything was already memorized. I was already ready to go. But when I went out there, it wasn't vacation. Like, a lot of people think I went out there for a vacation. Like, it was none of that. It was to work. It was financially. I needed it for my daughter. I needed it for my family. So when I went out there, it was definitely no fun. Like, it was straight business. We didn't actually start having fun till everything was done. Like, then we started hitting LA. I was in North California. That's close to Sacramento.
Got you. In this like rap game, what's the best experience you've had? Like, whether it's like collaborating with another artist or just something that made you feel good about what you're doing?
When I put together the trilogy, when I did that, I kind of got artists on that project that I used to look up to when I was younger.
Gotcha.
Because there's a lot of people who do music that didn't really get that notoriety. So when I started, I knew them. They kind of inspired me, like, from a distance when I was younger.
Yeah.
So somebody like Muscle Team Lil Psycho, like, I seen her on World Star when I was probably like 14, 15. So to actually get on a song with her, you know,
and people that you looked up to.
It was kind of big for me, you know, as an artist, just to let me know I could.
That progression.
Yeah.
Like,
the progression I made in myself, and then the extra leap that I can take in the future if I keep working.
Hell yeah. What's the worst experience you've had with this rap shit?
The worst one, I would say none of it, bro. Because I love the beauty and the struggle. I really do. So anytime I fuck up, like, or like when I got this back in the day, I had nothing to say. Like, that was all a part of what I am now.
Just more motivation.
Yeah, more motivation.
I like that. With collaborating with other artists, you got any like pet peeves? Like, what really annoy you with other people when they trying to come in your little song?
I don't like people trying to read my lyrics. Like, before I'm done, like, if I'm writing in my notes, I don't like niggas standing behind me like while I'm writing my shit. You feel me? Like, mind your business, nigga. Like,
that's hard.
I like to lock in. Like, for real. Like,
I feel you.
When I'm in them notes, that's like my little.
Would you rather
my muse, huh?
You rather be like Dolly doing it?
Yeah, I'd rather be solo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, if we were in here, I'd probably be in there by myself.
Doing your thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Somebody you want to, like, pay respect to? Like, somebody that might have helped you when you didn't think, like, a certain thing was going to work out? Like,
yeah, my son Alan. You remember Alan, right?
I remember Alan.
Yeah, he was the first dude to actually give me any free studio time. And back then, I probably was like 14. I recorded my first song in there. And you know, I was skipping school to go there every day. Like, I would bring you guys for me. I bring y'all through. He always showed love. Like, and he pushed me to actually be where I'm at today. Because with all that studio time.
Over in EO, right?
Yeah, EO. All that studio time, bro. I didn't really think about it like that back then. But now when I look at it, like, everybody don't get the opportunity to work or to get out and work on their craft like that.
Yeah.
And he gave me the opportunity, so. Shout out to my man, Alawan Don. Still one of the best producers in the world, you heard. You already know my boy.
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
10 years ago, would you see yourself, would you see Zay Money being this Zay Money?
Nah, definitely. I don't know. Alright, in the 8th grade, I think 2010, that's like what? 6th grade?
2010 was like 6th grade.
I think I ain't really started taking music serious till like 8th grade. I recorded my first song in high school.
Mm-hmm.
But before I actually even took that leap, I actually had a conversation with myself, telling myself that I actually had to drop the fear of showing everybody how I sound and to actually take that leap. And I didn't think I would be able to do it back then.
That confidence.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd be able to do it. So everything that I'm doing now is nothing what I pictured like 10 years ago. My life's definitely different. So, but if you listen to my music, you'll know everything real.
At what point of success is it? Will you feel like I'm done? Like this is what I've been working for, or is there no end goal? Like I'm running until I can't run no more.
Never. I think when I be done is when I'm dead, and everybody is listening to my music, and everybody like the impacted the world. But I want to have that impact before I die.
Yeah.
You know, to see that type of impact and to help people that was where I was at 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when it was hard for me to actually start doing music or just being in the streets at a young age. Anybody who went through what I went through, that's my goal, to help you and show you it's a different way. Another thing I want to say is New York is not the best rapping city on the East Coast. It's not. It's definitely Newark.
It's never been Newark, New Jersey.
It's definitely Newark, New Jersey. And we get outshined a lot just because that's like where the most popular artists from. But New Jersey is the most talented state by any means. And we got a lot of different talent out here.
Yeah. In rap, in the past, well, rappers that have made the name for themselves, who are some people you look up to? Like, I know when we was growing up, you had a lot of love for 50.
My favorite, it's my favorite rapper / entertainer of all time. But people, I don't think it's just a rapper though that I look up to. It's people just in general, like Will Smith. Yeah, like Will Smith, kind of one of the people I look up to the most. And Kobe Bryant, rest in peace. Definitely the person I look up to the most because his hard work ethic, like you could use that in any part of your life.
That mentality.
Yeah, you will be successful if you grind that hard in any part of your life. So
that's a fact.
I think Kobe had the biggest impact on my life though.
Is there anybody now that you've either worked with or you might want to work with that you just see like they need more recognition too?
Like from the city?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people from the city coming up. I'm gonna shout out the whole bottom doing their thing right now. It's too many people to name, but it's a lot of great artists coming from the bottom that I know it's just a matter of time till they get there. But not even just the bottom, Jersey itself, but the people that have took that leap that I kind of admire from a distance, like Fat Boy. I actually did a video with Fat Boy before he started blowing up like that. So to see him grind and get to where he wanted to be at in just that short of time is definitely motivation, definitely inspiring. And my latest album is on that Piff. You can also check out my latest single on iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, all that good stuff. So
don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll put more information in the description.